Hi guys, I tend not to do component reviews unless it's something I haven't seen before or it's something that catches my fancy or tends to be on the super light stuff. But if you're looking to build a cheapest quad and you want a decent value 4-in-1 ESC, I'd check out this guy because that's exactly what I'm planning to do in the not too distant future, and this is why I bought it. This is the Racerstar Anniversary Edition 35 amp 4-in-1 ESC with a BL Heli S BB2 chip. It's rated for 35 amp, burst current of 40 amps, so pretty much it can run any motor you care to throw at it. The reason I bought it is simply because this cost me 22 quid I think, which, bearing in mind Banggood are throwing 10% and 12% discounts off every day at the moment. You could get it for a few quid less than that as well, and 20 quid for a 35 amp 4-in-1 ESC is pretty good value. The one thing it doesn't have, which you need to be aware of, is it doesn't have a voltage regulator, so there's no 5 volt out or anything like that, which may put some people off. But obviously if you're building a cheapest quad, just use a separate voltage regulator, or get a board with one in itself. So the actual build quality of it seems really good, in fairness. I mean, it's got quite a bit of weight to it, which is always nice to see. It means they're using decent quality components and have used a decent thickness of board, which is what you want when you're running, in excess of 120 amps through a 4-in-1 ESC. It's got lots of capacitors on it, so they're claiming that you don't need to use a separate low ESR capacitor, but I would do anyway, just to play safe. It can't hurt. The thing I particularly like are the pads. As you can see on the outside, the pads themselves are A, separated, which is great, but B, they've got holes through them, which I really love it when you get ESCs like this, because it means your motor wires can get a really good grip when you solder. And it's the same on the front, the 2 battery pads, because they've got this kind of like moon shaped cutout in them. It means you can solder onto the top, but you can also solder onto the bottom, and it just means that you're less likely to strip your battery leads off in a crash. In terms of the connector, it's the usual connector that comes with these. We've got a few extra leads, so I presume we've got signal. Yeah, we've got signal 4, 3, 2 and 1, and then we've got ground. We've got current for the current sensor on this, and we've got VBAT. And as I just referred to, this thing's got a current sensor built into it. I'm not a huge fan of current sensors. I tend not to use them. I know some people absolutely love them, and they tend to come in a lot of the newer all-in-one flight controllers. My personal view is, whether I'm reading 80 amps or 90 amps, I don't really give a monkeys as long as my quad's flying really well, and I'm not burning ESCs up, and I know that prior to plugging it in the first place. So it's not something I've ever really explored, and I never can be bothered setting them up to get an accurate reading. But this has got a current sensor built in, so if you wanted to, this will give, if your flight controller hasn't got the current sensor built in, maybe you're using the F4 mini flight controller that I looked at the other day, or something that doesn't have a current sensor, then this will supply the current that you need via the Betaflight OSD, or should I say the current reading that you need via the Betaflight OSD. But to me, that's neither here nor there. It looks like a good quality 4-in-1 ESC. It's a shame it doesn't have a built-in voltage regulator. It comes with 2 pieces of 14 gauge wire. This one didn't come with an XT60 connector, which is unusual, to be honest, but neither here nor there. I've got loads of those. You get some stickers if you really want them. Nice chunk of heat shrink, obviously the connector leads, and some nylon little standoffs and nuts. So basically everything you pretty much need. So for 22 quid, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a 35 amp 4-in-1 ASC any better than this. So if you're building on a budget and maybe you're running I don't know, some Racerstar 2306S motors or something like that, which are amp hungry, or even some posh motors, then yeah, possibly check this out. I mean, if you save 20 quid buying this compared to something else, then that's 20 quid you've got to throw at a better VTX or motors or whatever you want. Anyway, cheers guys, thanks, bye.